welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to my channel. If you've been here since day one, hey y'all. And if you haven't and you're new, hey y'all, welcome. I appreciate y'all being here. I have finally found some time to sit down and talk about something that has been on my brain. Like, you know, when you be sitting and you just be thinking about life and you be like, wow. You just put everything in perspective. My birthday was like 2 months ago and I'm 32. But that also weighs on me because that's when I really start thinking about life. Like, wow, like I'm 32 years old, I'm single. And then I start thinking about, how did I get here? Why am I not wifey? And you got to think about, let's take accountability. Let's dissect this. Let's analyze. Let's be a Virgo, sis. Let's overthink. Let's really think about how much time has passed and how much you done put up with in relationships. How much time you have wasted. How many lessons you have learned. Time wasted, lesson learned, all the same. Like, I appreciate the lessons, but at some point, it's like, when are you gonna learn the lesson in this? Apply it to life. But it's like, it doesn't matter how old you get, it's just like, okay, you gotta learn some more. You're never gonna stop learning. And I'm just like, let's talk about these toxic relationships today. Like, we talk about these toxic relationships that we just let just take over life and just take so much time up that, like, yes, we learn lessons, but at the same time, it's some situations that it's like, you learned your lessons and you still sat there. Like, okay, you knew the lesson and then you sat and you played and you let them play and you played with them. Let's be real. Like, you played the game too, but not realizing you wasting time. Why are we still here? Like, let's talk about it. Why are we still here? Let's go back. Let's go back for me. The first thing I can think about when I'm dating or when I was dating is not dating properly. Like, I felt like everybody was my fat forever. Like, I wasn't dating to like vet these men. It was dating like, soon as I met you, I'm thinking about our wedding, our kids. And once it didn't go that way or it was going south, I'm still like, no, we're supposed to get married and have kids. And I'm stuck on that. Like, I can't unsee that. But I seen that at the beginning when I first met this person, when they showed up with their representative. And then when the truth started coming out, I'm just like in disbelief. I'm like, no, you're supposed to be my husband. And I didn't let that go. And not saying the person wasn't a good person. It was just alignment and just being good people for each other. Like, you know, when they say, like, he may not have been a good man for me, he could have been a good man for someone else. They didn't end up being a good man for anybody. My history. Like, the men I have dated still have issues to this day. So I could freely say it wasn't me. No, we're not doing that. But no, like, they probably were better for someone else, or eventually can be better for someone else. But I was just so stuck on that. Maybe I was just like, didn't want to ask these same questions, the dating questions all over again. I didn't want to learn. Nobody knew. I was settling. It's so many things that, like, maybe made me hold on to this person after I found out and saw the signs that this person wasn't for me. But dating wrong, like, you're supposed to date, learn this person and see if y'all align, if y'all mesh, if y'all are on the same page. And it'll be a lot of times that is like, we're not on the same page. And I see that, but I don't want to let it go. So I waste time. And I try and I stick around and play. And we just wasn't in alignment. I was settling and was dating wrong. I wasn't dating properly. Like, and that's when it's like, now I understand when they say when you date, you're supposed to date multiple. My mind wasn't wired like that. Like, first of all, once I meet you and you show me a little bit of attention, this is back in the day, my self-esteem, my self-worth, you show me a little bit of attention, that was enough. You showed me attention. You my boyfriend. Like, you like me, you're in love with me. And I couldn't get from when you stop being consistent and not show me that attention anymore. You still was my boyfriend in my head. You still was the love of my life. And I was still trying. And that's when it's like, you're dating. Let it go. Like, you're young. You cling on to stuff for too long, it gets worse sometimes. Like, not knowing when to let go. And then when you don't let go of the wrong person and they just start playing games and you giving chances after chances and you wasting more time, because it's like you giving chances and then they're losing respect for you because they playing. Like, y'all weren't supposed to be together this long, and they're not your person, you're not their person. Just, y'all wasn't for each other, and y'all hung on too long. You gave the relationship too many chances and it wasn't gonna work because y'all wasn't for each other. But back then, you couldn't tell me that. Like, just blind, like, no, I'm gonna just sit here. And I wasn't thinking about wasting my time. I was thinking, like, eventually, if I keep on putting in this work and just learning what they want from me, and, like, maybe we had this argument, and maybe if I learn from that argument, we can go to the next, and, oh, this is my person. And it wasn't. So I wasted time. But not to know fast forward, like, not to know as an adult and not to know later on, like, it wasn't late wasting time. Like, you were learning who was for you and you had to feel how you felt. Like, you had to go through that. Things that happened in the past does affect the rest of your dating if you don't correct it or realize it at the beginning. And of course, you don't realize it at the beginning because you're going through it. So you don't know into the back end at this age, or I still got stuff to learn. To dive a little bit deeper into like the things I allowed that I didn't know were my non-negotiables, like my non-negotiable now. I didn't know those are things I was accepting and settling for, but I didn't know about what do they call it? Love languages. I didn't know that. I didn't know how I should be treated and how I wanted to be treated. I just wanted to be loved on. And a little bit of attention was enough, because if we want to dive deep, if we're going to get there, we're going to talk about daddy issues. And why I allowed some of the things I allowed, because I was trying to fill a void that I was missing from my absent father in the most important years of my life. Like, me and my father's relationship went downhill and was not very stable when I started dating. What I saw was toxic. Like, it was toxic. Like, what my father showed me was a toxic man. And yeah, definitely had daddy issues that played a big part in the stuff I allowed, because I was searching so hard for that love that I was not getting from my father. So if a man showed me that much of attention, that's all I needed. You know, that's all I needed. So show me attention, but I was allowing stuff along with that attention. Like, you're showing me attention, but you're not being consistent with me. You're being sneaky. You're not communicating with me. We're arguing at each other. We're talking crazy to each other. Then we're apologizing. And then we're back at it again. But it feels good after we argue, because you're showing me attention again until you do something else crazy. And it was a long cycle, but it was like the attention was something I didn't feel from a man, even though I didn't even know what I wanted. Like, I just know that I wanted to replace the absence of most important man in my life. Like, I wanted to fill that void. Like, I don't care how you treating me. I got your attention in some capacity. It could be bad, good, mediocre. You calling me. We break up. You can't leave me alone. You can't leave me alone. Okay, he can't leave you alone because he know that you are going to take him right back. It's easy. I was that girl and not knowing that until I'm looking back and like, girl, you just were convenient. They knew that they could come back to you because you were hungry for love. It didn't matter what the love looked like. You wanted it. You wanted it. It's just so crazy. Like, I'm not gonna say like I've been blatantly disrespected. Like, I've never stayed in a relationship with a man that just like called me all types of B's and hoes and was cheating on me left or right. I've never been like beat on and stayed. It's like on the level of just settling, knowing I wanted more out of the relationship and wanted more from that person, but settling for the attention that I was getting, and that was enough, and just not knowing that I can get more. You know what I'm saying? Just like not seeing my worth, or just being lazy and not wanting to seek more. So I allowed the miscommunication, the inconsistency and the curve and the playing games and the dragging me along, and I settled for that. Like, anything was better than what I wasn't getting from my father. Like, you're giving me more than the man that brought me into the world. Like, he didn't talk to me. And then that stemmed into something else. Him not talking to me and leaving me high and dry created trust issues, and that created my toxicity. Like, I developed trust issues because it's like, if my father could leave me, you're gonna leave me. And I'm creating that in my head before you even leave me. I played different roles in the relationship that stirred some stuff up, and we both was toxic. And this is just like not one relationship. This is like patterns of like different relationships. Like, I was somewhere I had no business being. I was not healing. I didn't think it was important to heal. I didn't know I needed to heal. I didn't know who I was mad at. I didn't know the person it created. It was just a lot that it was like a lot. But at that moment, I did not know. I didn't know. Like, I was young, really thinking of that I had to settle for the things that I was settling for. And not even settling. It's just like, because not to say the people I was dating was bad people or less than, it was just like they weren't for me. So it's like, you weren't less than, it was just like we weren't for each other. So you could have been the most for someone else, and I could have been the most for my person if I knew to let go and stop allowing things and stop contributing. Take accountability. Stop adding to something that's not supposed to be. You ain't supposed to be in this situation. Like, you allowing a lot of things that's obviously not in alignment and not for you, and just, you could do better, and you could be alone. Let's talk about that. You could be alone. Like, okay, you rather hang on to him because you have someone instead of being alone because you don't, that is uncomfortable. I don't want to be alone. I don't feel love there because I wasn't loving myself. I don't feel love there. I don't want to be alone because I didn't know how to love myself. So if I didn't have a person, a guy loving on me, then where I'm gonna get love from? Yourself. Yourself. Didn't know that then. Like, I didn't know that I was supposed to get love from myself if I wasn't with a male, another. So I hung on to that because if it's either stick with you or I'll be myself and be unloved the whole time. You could have been loving yourself. I didn't think I could do that because I didn't see myself. Like, I didn't love myself enough to sit over there and just take a break out of from dating and just like do my own thing. I was validated by that boy that can't leave me alone. Can't leave me alone. Got that. I felt good. Like, be alone by myself. Nobody ringing my phone. I'm not doing the oochie coochie. That's not love. That's not love. Yeah, sis, because you don't love yourself. So you're going to settle. You're going to allow this stuff over here when you could be over here learning yourself. But we're not going to act like I've never experienced good love or good men or good boys, whatever. I'm not going to act like that because I did encounter good men. But I had that grass is greener syndrome. I'm in this good situation, but there's more. If I can get to this good situation, like I can get here and be treated this good, it gotta be more, and I wanna get more. So I'm not gonna sit here and act like I didn't have good men in my life. It's just the fact that I didn't appreciate them, or I was so used to the toxic relationships. I was so used to the toxic relationships, so when I got in good relationships and experienced good men and was treated good, it wasn't good enough. I got cocky. I'm like, oh, I can get this good man. It is something better. Good guys finish last sometimes because I was freaking bored. Like, I got toxic. Toxic relationships made me toxic. When things were going good and I was getting treated properly, I was bored. The grass has to be greener somewhere else. And then I get out there and I realize, ooh, this is weeds. This is ghetto. Let me go running back to my good guy, and then he gone. It ain't the same no more. You done broke that man's heart. Like that man done broke, the other man done broke your heart. Now you broke the good guy heart. And then now I'm like, oh, because you ain't come back to me when I wanted you. It's just like, it's giving a lot of toxic in this video. It's not too much on myself. We not talking about me. We talking about the toxic relationships I experienced or whatever. We ain't gonna do too much on me. Like, I know my part. I know my part, but you allow a lot of stuff that you go through. Like, you put yourself in situations, you don't read the room and you don't see the signs and the red flags, and be thinking later like, oh, shoot, I got played. How did I not see that? Like, how did I not see that? Like, male, female, toxic is toxic. You should not be dealing with that person. Things I still deal with. It's just like, I'm like not a closed-minded person. Like, I give people room to make mistakes, but it's just like also like struggle with, but it's a boundary. Like, I'm really forgiving. So it's just like, if I stop dealing with you, bruh, you have had to do something crazy. Like, you really had to exhaust me of all other options but to stop dealing with you. But my boundaries as far as like just taking people for who they are, like believe people for who they are, like take them for face value, like believe them by their actions or what they show you, like believe them. Like, I struggle with just like, dang, you can't be this messed up as a person. Like, you can't be this bad. Like, I'm gonna give you another chance. I'm gonna give you another chance. I'm gonna give you another chance. I'm struggling with that. Like, I be struggling with that. But because I just hate, because I'm not perfect. So it's like, I do stuff that is like, I hope you forgive me for it. But it's some things that's like, no, sis, he's playing in your face. He's playing in your face. There's no way around it. Like, run. Like, you don't have to sprint, but you need to jog, sis. Like, but you just gotta let them know that you is on business. Like, I have to stick to, I understand that you're going through that in life, but that does not work for me. And you gotta go. You gotta go. Yes, I definitely have to stop being so forgiving and open-minded and just like so considerate. Like, bro, your cousin or whoever, the situation had nothing to do with you. So why are you telling me that's the reason why you didn't show up? Oh, really? I could understand, because I know things be going on. Like, that ain't got nothing to do with me. You apply pressure. You ain't supposed to let nothing stop you from trying to get me. That's how it's like, that's what I struggle with. Like, being so understanding. Like, I don't want to hear it. Don't want to hear it. You wanted me. You should have figured all of the stuff that might happen out. Just in case cousin did this and grandma did this. And you should have figured that out before you try to pursue me. Stop being so freaking understanding. That's what I struggle with. And what I would tell my younger self is, life is short, sis. Baby girl. You want to be 32 years old and still looking like... That's why I would tell her, like, girl, if you don't stop that, if you don't move on, if you don't let it go, you gonna waste a lot of time. You gonna miss your husband. I probably could have met my husband a long time ago if I wasn't wasting my time on Mr. Sir. I could have met my husband a long time ago. But I would tell my younger self, like, girl, you are worth more. You're young. Trial and error. Keep it moving. Keep it moving. I would tell her, keep it moving. I would definitely keep it moving. It's not worth it, sis. It's not your mental health that's, like, should be in jeopardy for anybody. Like, really, I would tell her to live life. Life is short. You're young. You will meet your husband later. Like, learn from what you just experienced and keep it moving. That's what I would tell my younger self, for sure. But today, what I'm proud of, that things hurt less. Like, I rebound faster. I move on faster. It hurts, but I don't stay down long. Like, I'm not going to say, like, I'm a G. Like, nothing hurts me. Like, I rebound fast. I'm more open-minded. But it's like, you can be open-minded and understand where people are coming from, but you just know that you can separate. Like, I understand what you're going through and what happened. And that's logic. Like, that can logically happen. I understand. But you could have handled it differently. And for that, I gotta go, because that's showing me how you would handle situations. Like, the growth is real. Like give people chances, but then when it be too much, keep it going. Like, I used to stay down for a very long time. Like, yeah, life is too short to be down there too long. Like, I give myself room to feel how I feel. I'm hurt. Like, I hurt. He hurt my feelings. I don't like how I felt. I feel that, learned the lesson from, and that's what I do nowadays. Like, somebody could be here today, gone tomorrow, but God willing, he is protecting me and I'm still here. But with the time that he's given me on earth, I cannot play with that. And I've already wasted a lot of times in the wrong situations. So it's just like, you got to rebound. Sometimes I get defeated, like, girl, you really wanted that work. It didn't work. It hurts. But I'm not going to sit in it. And I want to tell any woman or man that is dealing with situations that is like, you want to hang on to it. But remember, life is too short. If you played a part in that relationship that you feel like you could have done better, you could do that if you still have the opportunity. But if it's not there, you do it better in the next situation. Like, don't force that situation. Like, if you get the opportunity to fix what you done wrong in a relationship, to make that relationship better, if you feel like that person was the one for you, you do that if you have the opportunity. But if you don't, you move on and do better in the next relationship, period. Don't sit somewhere for too long. If you're my age and watching this, you can understand that we are getting up there in age and we ain't got time. We ain't got time to be dealing with what we used to deal with back in the day. That's so crazy, because it's like, it comes with age. Like, I dealt with a lot of stuff back in the day, but today, like, I try not to be hard. And I feel like I've tried not to be hard on people, but it's like, no, time is a ticking. And I don't have time like I used to back then. Like, it was cute because I was young back then, but now it's just like, I feel like I deserve marriage and I'm going to get that. All of the things that I want in my life, I'm going to get it. And all the things that I experience is what shaped me to be who I am and what is preparing me to be a wife to someone, somebody's son. They gonna get all this loving. They gonna get all this love, and I feel like I deserve that, but I had to go through what I went through and use it. It'd be a waste of time if you ain't learned. You not sitting down thinking about what you have done better, what you learned from that situation. That's a waste of time. But you went through that for a reason. Like, God put you through that for a reason, and you gotta learn the lesson and keep it moving. But I feel like I said all I had to say. Let me see. Boundary. Grass is greener. Being the lulu, stuck on stupid, wasting my time. Yeah, giving too many chances, no confidence. But now we stand on business, y'all. We stand on business. Like, grow with the flow. Don't be hard on yourselves and move on. And y'all be all right, just like me. So yeah, thank y'all for watching. I hope y'all enjoyed this video, and like, please comment so I know I'm not talking to myself. Comment, share, tell a friend and tell a friend. And I hope I see y'all again. Thanks, loves.